This is lesson 3 in our series. The first 3 I feel are the most important. They're also the most basic. So this week we're going to do root and chord and learn that style. And all 3 of these, the first one being the block, you're just going to hit the chord. The second one is the rolling chord, and the third one is the broken root note and then the rest of the chord. So these 3, remember, these 3 are the foundation for what we're going to do in the future lessons. Okay, now you know how to roll the chords. You've had a few days to work on that, and maybe a few weeks, depending on how fast I get these videos up. But if you're playing, now that you've done the rolling, now we're going to change our style to what's called a root and a chord. Technically, it's a root and a half a chord. So if you take a C chord, C, E, G, you play the root on beat 1, the rest of the chord on beat 2, the root on beat 3, and the rest of the chord on beat 4. When I taught organ, it was pedal on 1, chord on 2, pedal on 3, chord on 4. So it was called pedal, chord, pedal, chord. Now obviously on a piano we don't have pedals. So the bass line becomes the root note of the chord. Now this is just to start. Later on we'll add some notes to that bass line. But right now you're just going to play the name of the chord on beat 1 and beat 3. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to play the other 2 notes, the E and the G in the C chord, on 2 and 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. G chord. You want G, hit G, and then B and D. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I'm playing in 3/4 time, I'm going to play, I used to call it pa. The 4/4 time might be called pa, pa, pa. 3/4 time is chord, root, and chord, and chord. 1, 2, 3, it's a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if we go back and we play the PDF from Ode to Joy, which you can get on our website for free, and you can download it as a PDF, 4/4 time. So we're going to play the root on 1 and 3 and the chord on 2 and 4. So lesson 1 we did this. Lesson 2 we did this. Now lesson 3 we're going to do this. Now you notice the last measure with that G chord that only had 2 beats? I just did 1, 2, and then I went to the C chord, which was on beat 3 and 4. So that's the 3 basic, most basic foundations for all the things that we're going to do with our left hand. The first one is just hit the chord. Okay, and here's another exercise that you could do. You can invert that chord. You can take it and you can turn it over. Good exercise for what's coming up. Up and back. So root position, name of the chord's on the bottom. Take the C off the bottom, put it on the top. take the G off the bottom, and that's also in my book. So refer to the book on chord inversions, and you can practice doing that. You can do the arpeggios. And get that chord, get the chords in your head. So if I were to be sitting next to you in your living room or next to the piano as your teacher, I would say, how do you spell a C chord? Well, I get some smart aleck students that go C, C-H-O-R-D, or if they don't know how to spell chord, they go C, C-O-R-D. But spelling a C chord is C-E-G. And the easy way to do it is think of every other letter of the alphabet. C, invisible D, E, invisible F, G. So you know how to spell a chord, C-E-G, E-G-C, G-C-E. You know it, forwards and backwards and every possible combination of those three letters. So if I want to spell an F chord, it's F-A-C. G chord, G-B-D. And in my book, they're called the basic 7 or the Bisquick chords. Learn those basic 7 chords because everything else that we're going to do from here on out revolves around that knowledge. You've got to know how to spell those chords. So practice it, work really hard, and in lesson 4, we'll get a little more advanced. I know for some of you, you're probably already doing this, but if you're a note reader, you may not know that you're doing it or how to put a name to what you're doing. So now when you get your music out and you see the left hand's written out, you'll see that if I'm playing your left hand is rolling, so you're going, oh, that's the rolling chord. Or you'll hear, that's the clunky chord, the bass in the chord. Now it's doing a little more than that, but you'll be able to put a name to the style. And that's my goal with you, is to help you take these first three lessons and give you the chord, rolling chord, and the bass in the chord. Okay? So that's all you have to do now until we get ready to do more advanced styles. Okay, we're all done with the 3 basic lessons, and I don't know how much time it's going to take you. Everybody's different. I'm not telling you have to learn it in a week. You can learn it at your own pace. That's what's kind of cool about not having a teacher sitting next to you telling you to have it done by next week. So take your time, and in the next few weeks we'll start posting the rest of the lessons. And I think in about 10 lessons we'll pretty much have you having some fun with your left and your right hand and being a little more creative.